Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and let me start with this. So I'm going to show you these flowers, and I can't believe that these flowers are the most loved watercolor flowers on my channel, and I'm so happy and proud of these. And many of you have commented for a full tutorial, and some of you have written such lovely comments that they wish that they can paint these themselves as well. So here I am with full tutorial on these beautiful airy soothing flowers, and I'm going to share the color mixing also for these ones, and I will include one more mysterious different color for this tutorial specifically. So let's get started with the video, and I'm going to quickly share the details of what materials I'm going to use today. So for this video, I will be using, instead of some small watercolor cards, I'm going to use a bigger sheet. I have my watercolors. These I got from Temu. If you want, these are beautiful and excellent quality watercolors that you can get for affordable price. And I also have a dedicated video on my channel reviewing these colors and painting a little bit more with these colors. And then for the brushes, I will be using three different types of brushes for all three flowers, so that whatever kind of brush you have, you can use that. So I have a round brush number 9, I have a mop brush number 3, and then I have a mop brush number 1. So for the first flower, I'm going to use a mop brush number 1, and the colors that I um, used for this flower is, so I used a very beautiful violet shade on my, you can use any kind of pink that you have in your palette, a little bit of pink, and then I mixed it with burnt brown because we want that vintagey color. So you have to try and test the colors because you will not get the same color in the one go. So keep on mixing and adding the colors and try to adjust the consistency. Just mix this beautiful rose red magenta kind of color mixed with a little bit of burnt brown, and then I also added a little bit of black to make even more vintagey and very dull kind of color. So, and you can always use a rough paper to test your color. So I think it's a great match, and I'll just clean my brush and try to go with water to check that. Yes, so as you can see, this is a very similar color, and you can keep on adjusting whatever you feel that you need the tone of that. So the color is nicely mixed and very juicy. So let's start painting the flower. For this flower, we need to use the dotted technique, which means that for each petal we are going to paint each dot. So I'm just going, this one is a 7-petal flower, so let me put 7 dots here. So as you can see, I'm just using the paint and just making very full kind of drops of paint on the paper. So I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I will put 2 more for 7 petals of this flower. Make sure that all these drops have a lot of paint in them, and the consistency of the paint should be milky consistency, which means that it should not be too watery that there is no pigment, and it should not be very sticky also, so that you're not able to blend them. So I have all these dots. I'm going to wash my brush in water, and then with a clean brush, just some water on my brush, I'm going to start spreading these dots in the shape of a petal. I'm using very simple stroke. I'm just touching the dot and extending it outwards like this in a curved shape outwards. And I'm not correcting any ends of these petals. We want them to be loose and very airy kind of flower. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And we are going to, every time we start a new petal, you have to just, dip your brush in water, just pick some little water, not too much, and then repeat the same with the other petal. Very easy and simple. Just keep on doing that. So we actually use maybe 3 or 4 strokes for each petal. Do not overwork them because these petals look great when they are just 3 or 4 strokes, very loose. And yes, they can touch each other as well. It's a flower. So and after you have spreaded all the dots, we have to just make sure that all the petals look full and nice. So you can adjust the shape of the petals at this point like that. And now we are going to add the center of the flower, which is going to be this burnt brown color. Is just for the center, I'm going to mark a circle in the center like this. While the petals are still wet, I'm going to drop the brown at the same time so that we have this very nice blending going on. So let them sit for about few seconds, just 5 seconds, and then I'm just going to try and drop in the color to these petals. And then finally I'm going to just do some lines in the center like that, just going on some with dots like that. And the final step is, while everything is wet, just take any brush which has a very nice pointy end. So we are going to use this as a scraper. So all the stamens that you see coming out, I did with this. So just while the paint is wet, just go with this, the back end of this brush, and just spread the lines a little bit like that, very loosely, very lightly. And then you can also go over and just create some stems coming out from the flower. So that's a beautiful flower. We will let it dry and it's done. Okay, let's paint the second flower, which is going to be this beautiful color and one of my favorite colors. Let's start painting this one. We are going to use the same technique, but it's going to be just a different color. So this color is Payne's Gray. I know many of you love this color, so I love it too. I'm using straight away using this Payne's Gray, no other color, in mixed with this one. It's a pure Payne's Gray color beauty. So let's start with this one. I'm going to start with the same dots. Let's paint 6 this time. It's your wish how many petals you want to paint and the space that you have. So if you have a smaller space, you can go to 6 petals, or if you have a bigger one, you can go with 7 petals also. So I have put the dots. I'm now going to wash my brush, and let me use a different brush for this one. So let me use this number 9 brush, round brush, and paint this flower. I've washed my brush, and now we are going to spread these dots in the petals using that simple stroke. So the bigger the brush you have, the less strokes you will need to spread the color like that. Let's do it again. Very easy, and relax yourself. It's a very soothing kind of a flower, so you are actually going to enjoy more than getting stressed about it. And feel free to turn your page around for better control and better shaping of the petal. And now I'm just adjusting the petals. And while this is still wet, I'm going to use the same Payne's gray color, and then I'm just going to place a circle in the center, and then I'm just going to drop in some color towards the center of the starting of these petals, like that, going in with some lines to give more details. Perfect. Now let's repeat the same step again, which is using a back of any brush and just going through and scraping some lines with this one. A simple brush and just pick some color if you want. If you do not like the placement of that color there, you can pick some color, and it's done. So you have beautiful two of my favorite color flowers right here. Let's try one more color, which is going to be a very different color. Let's use red mixed with a little bit of umber. Let's see what shade we get. So taking red and then using a little bit of umber, making it warmer. And then let me use a little bit of black as well. Oh, so we have very dark brownish kind of a color. Let me add a little bit more red. Okay. Yeah, so we have a very dark brown, but I want it to be very red. So I'm going to add a little bit more red. Perfect. So let's use this color and paint another beautiful, beautiful, lovely flower. I'm going to use 6 petals maybe. I'm going to drop the color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Like that. And for the third one, I will be using this number 3 mop brush, one of my favorites. So I'm going to rinse my brush in water, and then we are going to spread them the same way that we did with others. So I have just the water on my brush. Look how beautiful the color looks. So you see my technique. I just touch this color and then press my brush against the paper very nicely. So I get very large coverage of the area. So I touch this and press my brush and extend it outwards like that. Again. And then the last time, like this. And don't hesitate to correct the shape of your petals. It's your creation. It can be any way. And if you like it that way, just let it be. So I love this color actually. This red mixed with brown and black. It looks so beautiful and different. Now let me add the dark center to it. So these flowers look beautiful because they have very loose and airy petals on the outer side and very dark and concentrated color in the center. So that's what we are actually doing with this. I'm going to mark the center, and for the center, let me add a little bit of more black. So adding the black, and then I'm just going to drop in the color towards these petals. And because the petals are still wet, so they blend in together very nicely. And then just adding some lines like that. taking the same, any tool that you can use for the scraping part, just touch this pigment and then extend it outwards. Very easy. Perfect. And there you have one flower in three beautiful colors, very airy and very light florals. Those are three of the beautiful colors that I love. The first two are my favorite. This one is a beautiful pastel pink, and this one is my second favorite, which is a Payne's gray color. This one we just mixed right now. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and many of you who wanted to see the actual timeline, the real time flower painting, you might have got a little more idea on how to paint them. And if this was helpful, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any further doubts, please leave them in the comments. I would love to clarify all the doubts for you all. I will see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.